that's good. That's good. Thank you
All
for
right.
sharing that. And I guess at this time, we will go ahead and introduce our topic formally. So, in this episode, we're talking about ICE, immigration, and customs enforcement, and what it means to live in America when immigration agents can show up to your job, your home, or your neighborhood. In the last few recent weeks, ICE detention has hit record highs, and thousands of officers have been deployed in what officials are calling the largest immigration operation ever, with a heavy focus on communities of color in cities like Minneapolis and Los Angeles. Other cities, have been impacted with occurrences. I think Detroit has some issues. So a lot of cities have been impacted. So, whether you're a U.S. citizen who doesn't think this affects you at all, or you're an immigrant living with papers, documentation, or someone undocumented trying to stay off the radar, ICE has become a symbol of fear, power, and policy gone too far. So, today we're breaking down what ICE is, and kind of giving what's happening right now and why people are so concerned from an American perspective. And then also, we'll have some insight from Sambaza, who.
That being said, um, why it matters is because right now, well, here's my thing. When the last 20 plus years that I've been here, ICE has been the last resort or the last thing that will get you out of the country. Now, when
Okay.
police arrest you, they usually, actually, this is how, let me take it back. Back in the day, around 2000, there was this thing about ICE and the police, the federal and ICE. ICE was a totally different department. So people would commit crime and they would not bring it together with ICE. The databases were different. So they did not streamline the database. So a lot of things would go along with people doing all sorts of things, and ICE would not catch on to it. They were mostly on border patrol and stuff like that. So when you enter the country, they're the ones who look into your status and what have you. And maybe if they see there's something going on, they come for you from the status. Well, now how it's come up through time is databases have been linked together, so they all share the same database from the police all the way to ICE. So what they involved to be is when something happens, it gets into your system, it's flagged. Once it's flagged that you are having something to do with ICE, let's say you're out of papers as an immigrant, then you're going to be taken to your police station. Then after that, ICE shows up and they go ahead and process your papers. If you're not legal, then they take you home. So that's been the
Okay.
usual thing that happens when you're caught with ICE over the years or coming up to now. Now, starting the beginning of this year, they have been weaponized to where you see them going out into the streets and actively looking for people. It was not
Right.
that the way it was looked at with the arrangement was the police come after you because they're your local people. You've committed a crime, you're out of status, they'll come after you. Or if it's something really, really bad, like it's federal. Now here's where it comes, because we've had some Kenyans, and that's not everybody, but Kenyans and other people who have committed crimes as we grown, and mostly it's usually this federal stuff. So when the federal people come and arrest you, next thing they'll be together with ICE, because that's usually the most dangerous thing that they would be they would look at and come after you. So these crimes is what they're after. That used to be the basis. The thing of going out of who are behind the scenes, because it was always the local law enforcement, and the federal. Then now they come in on the back end. Now they have come onto the forefront, where now we see them around. And like somebody said, your tags say border patrol. You're supposed to be on the border. How are you border patrol and you're somewhere in the middle of the U.S. when you should be on the border? That's the reason why you were told you're on the border. So it throws off the mind, and this is where we're currently at.
It's changed like significantly the
Right.
practices. Yeah.
And the way the administration had told the people that we're going to take away the people who are doing bad things, it, it it's not the same. Things are changed to where you could be picked up on the streets and that's it. They would hustle you and shake you off, and it's really intimidating.
Right.
I can tell you as an immigrant and somebody who has that. Okay, being called an N word. If you're an African American and you get called an N word, the way it feels, like if a white person calls you the N word, the way it feels is the same way an immigrant feels when you have paperwork to be in a country and then somebody else tries to check you to see if you're otherwise, and especially shake you down.
Okay.
That's the same. I can equate.
Okay.
For me, I've been fortunate enough, I haven't encountered any of those experiences. And whenever now, for some odd and strange reason, this is the one time that I've ever encountered something, but this was not even an ICE thing. I was driving down the street and somewhere in Dallas, and not even Dallas, it was out of Dallas, not even a small city. It wasn't a small city, it was just a regular city. And there were cops. I think they were looking for somebody who was passing, may have been coming through the same way like we have in Africa. And granted that they were searching, they just asked me for my driver's license. I gave it to them, didn't pay no mind, and then walked off. But these were your regular police officers. It was not ICE. It was not.
But they made some.
They were just looking for something and left. But see, when it's now targeted, like now, you're being asked because of your color. Because you cannot know me. You cannot know if I'm an African until, one, I play my music in my car, two, you ask me a question and then I say something back to you. And if I've not stayed here for long, or there's that, the accent will come out.
Exactly. I think we made that point on some other shows that they're not going to know that you're from another country until they listen and hear you speak potentially.
Right. So that's the one thing that makes a difference. So this is where now ICE has become a weapon instead of something that a group that's supposed to facilitate the rest of the law enforcement in making sure whether you're in here legally or not. So at the border entry, airport, bus entrances, anywhere where you come in via transport, that's where they should be. And if you manage to pass in,
to go along with what you just mentioned, that I read that there are two branches of ICE. Okay, one is the ERO, enforcement and removal operations, and they handle the arrest, detention, deportations, and Homeland Security matters. Oh, and then the other one is the Homeland Security, which is like the fraud, the trafficking, and the cross-border crime. Is that?
So now you've gotten those two spots. And basically, in my experience, what they do is, even with the Kenyans, it's hefty because you pay at least 15,000 for the lawyer, and actually that 15,000 usually gone, and equivalent of at least $1 million plus Kenya shillings for that. And we used to get times when people would be caught up and you'd have to, not you'd have to, but they'd ask you to help somebody out, and we would go put in some money for them. They'd get out of court and maybe they have status, they'll go to court and stuff like that. It'll be processed. They'll be in the country for at least a year or two before, they finally come down, and then the case comes in and they say, you know what, we're done. You're going to go. And it's not violent. This is just something that they've done, and you're out of status. That's all. You lose your money, first of all. Two, you just get sent home, and they send you to a processing center. Nothing much. It's just a quiet processing center. And I know one here in Dallas. It's in Euless. Actually, they take you out of town. It's like about 2 or 3 hours away. And then once you're done and you're ready for processing, they bring you here to Euless which is about 2-3 minutes from, not two, maybe about 5-10 minutes from the airport, and that's where they process you and let you go. But it's really a quiet process that they don't do much about it. No hula baloo. But right now is just a whole lot of hula baloo around the process and how it's done.